What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, go watch that last video I uploaded. Some of the best driving I've done so far. Super proud of myself, and I'm super proud of how well the car has been handling. And that's basically what I'm going to go over today, is how reliable it's been driving or drifting my single turbo 335. But as usual, I make all these videos and I prep for a drift event, and then I go drive the drift event, and then I don't touch the car for about a week. So today's Friday. It's been almost exactly a week from the drift event and I haven't even touched the car. I just unpacked my toolbox. Basically what I bring to the track is like all my tools, all my wrenches, just so I can be self-sufficient and don't have to like ask anybody for tools or anything like that. And then in the event that something breaks, I can potentially fix it. But enough talk about that. We're just gonna go ahead and wash the car. But I've also noticed that this tire isn't holding air anymore. I wonder why. Can't figure it out. So I'm just gonna put the 162s on, and I got to get some new tires anyways to street drive the car and potentially get ready for another event in the next couple months. But this one's just gonna be a talking one and then me washing the car, so stay tuned. And just like that, the car is dry, clean, all in one piece. I'm gonna throw the 162s on just so I can roll it in and out the garage, and then I'll be able to put new tires on those wheels over there. But the purpose of today's video was to just go over how reliable it's been drifting my 335 and like my experience and stuff like that. But I figure I'd knock out two videos in one and just talk about the full build breakdown, all the parts I got on the car, and how reliable it's been. So if you don't know, or if you're new here, this car, 2007 BMW E90 335. It used to be all stanced out and stuff, but I figured I got tired of that, I got bored of that, and then I wanted to drive more, so I got into drifting, which is really addicting and really expensive. But anyways, that's a whole nother topic. So I've had the car for quite a while. It's been single turbo for about 30,000 miles. It's an On3 performance single turbo kit, 61mm turbo, anti-surge compressor housing. That's basically just the bigger housing, and it sounds wicked. Motive boost box to control boost, max solenoid, running on E30 fuel, still direct injection, no port injection, upgraded PCV valve, running the catch can, vent to atmosphere. On3 kit comes with this cool little power steering reservoir. Let's see, it's an early 2007 car, so it didn't have an oil cooler, so I added the oil cooler plate with like just like an eBay oil cooler right here. Upgraded CSF radiator, which I think it's an absolute must when drifting. It's a little expensive, it's like 450 bucks, but totally worth it, and it keeps the car cool. VRSF front mount intercooler, and that's about it really. A lot of maintenance has been done. Walnut blast, obviously, valve cover gasket, injectors are still running on I think index 9, and then coil packs and spark plugs, all that good stuff, N54 stuff. Let's see. So if you look down here, I got the WiseFab suspension, BC coilovers up front, and they're just like the BR series, not the DS series. Same thing in the back for the coilovers. Just some eBay aftermarket adjustable tow arms, camber arms, and I got the SLG. I don't know if you can see it. Seems legit garage dual caliper bracket with the Willwood 320 caliper. Pretty small caliper, but they're pretty strong. When I did all this, I took the subframe out and did solid bushings all the way around, Condor bushings. And if you look underneath, I got the same bushings for my diff, and I got a little diff brace. And then while we're under here, I got a VRSF exhaust, and that's honestly about it. So when I dynoed the car, it made 600 horsepower, 593 to be exact. But when I'm drifting, or this past year when I got into drifting, I just kept it at wastegate, 14 pounds. So it's probably around like 400-ish horsepower, maybe 450, and I think it's perfect. Let's see. Yeah, so that's the full build list as far as like performance and suspension and stuff like that. Inside, it's pretty simple. Just got a quick release NRG with the hub, NRG Prismas, bucket seats, IRP shifter, and a CNC 71 Hydro, aftermarket radio. Got my daughter's bike in the back. Everyone asks about this hood. So this is a GTS style hood that I got on eBay a couple years back, but they stopped selling it. It comes from China. All the vendors buy it from China, and right now they're kind of hard to find, I think because of shipping after COVID, but I think some people sell it for like 1,200 bucks. I bought it for 600. As you can see, there's some damage from when I hit the deer. I'm not going to replace it just because I'm not willing to pay $1,200 for a hood that I know is only $600. I just did the custom headlights. Oh yeah, and the Hard Motorsports wide body. Don't really love it. I got it for free in a raffle, or I won it in a raffle or a webinar actually. And I basically got it because the WiseFab pokes out so much, and there's just not many options for E90s. Okay, cool. Enough of the build list. I kind of went pretty fast on that. As far as reliability, so I drove 5 events last year, probably burned through like 20 tires. No issues mechanically. I mean, I think it's crazy. All these people have N54 issues, but no issues. I just took care of the maintenance. I think I did an oil change every 2 events, and I did all the maintenance prior to because it was single turbo before. But yeah, no issues. Originally I had issues with keeping the car cool, but taking breaks in between and adding that CSF radiator definitely helped out a lot. So far my experience has been really good. Mechanically, it's never let me down. If you've been following my channel or Instagram, you know that I went through 2 different angle kits before going WiseFab. This is my 3rd event with the WiseFab, and no issues. I haven't even touched it. Like, yeah, I did a nut and bolt check, but I haven't touched it, made adjustments or anything. And I didn't even go into alignment rack. I just did the toe plates that I got at the house, and it runs great. Feedback is awesome. And as far as like the rear of the car, I had small issues, but they're kind of like my own issues because I didn't use Loctite. But no broken axles. That's another thing I want to talk about too, is the rear end. So it's a 3.46 auto diff, because my car was originally auto and I manual swapped it. So I kept that diff in there. It's welded. I got the diff brace, and I'm running axle spacers. So no broken axles yet. But yeah, that about sums it up. If you guys have any questions, or if you're potentially thinking about drifting your 335, highly recommend joining this Facebook group I created. It has almost 1,000 members now, and there's a lot of good information in there. It's the beginning of 2023, and there's a couple FD drivers starting to get into the E90, E82 chassis. They're basically all the same thing, but I think this car, or this chassis, might be the future of drifting, because at one point you can get them pretty cheap, even the 328 version. and it's like equivalent power to a 350Z, and I think they make great seat time cars. But yeah, I'm hoping to see more. I keep on walking in and out because I don't want the wind to mess up the audio. But what was I talking about? No, E90 and E82 chassis. I hope I see more, and I don't know why more people don't drift them. They're cheap. I can get parts for really cheap. The maintenance issue, it's really not a thing because this thing's been 100% reliable as long as you do like the basic stuff, right, with any other car. So anyways, this is a long talking video. I'll probably add some drift clips over the sound clip just so you're not looking at my face the whole time. But if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and stay tuned for more. I know that was a lot of talking, guys, but I figured I'd share the information and my experience on how drifting my E90 335 has been for the past year. Look how silly this looks. This is a 225. But I've always loved those stock wheels. I got that from the junkyard car I bought a while back, but I only had 3 of them. So anyways, car's clean, everything's good. I'm gonna go edit the video real quick and then just let the car sit there until the next drift event. Have fun.